Hello, everyone. How are you today? How's everything? Hi, guys. How was your weekend? How was your rest? Did you get time to rest?
Yes, teacher. Good evening.
Awesome, Santiago. Very good. And the rest of you guys as well? Hello, Beatriz. Thank you for answering. Okay, good. Okay, my dear friends. So today is our class 6 of this cycle 11. And this is the agenda for today. So this is what we are going to do. But before that, I would like just to remember that you guys need to work on your project, okay? Remember that I told you that during the weekend I was going to work on the corrections and I did it. Thank you for being patient. So I would like you to have a look at them. Yes, please. And check out what you have to do. 95% of you are done with that first part. Yeah, and the next part was for you to include your point of view for this cycle. Yeah, so if you read my comments, you realize what you have to do. In those little mistakes you made, I did the corrections, so there isn't anything to do. In order to just save time, yeah, I did that part of the correction. But if the mistake was maybe very relevant to what you did, I made some comments. So that's what you have to check, okay? And the other part is to show your point of view. Some of you included arguments against and in favor of the situation, which is good, yeah? And those arguments were in a general way. But now I would like you to include your point of view and your perspective towards that situation, okay? So that is the next part for this cycle. As soon as you have it, you guys are ready, because by next cycle, you will prepare your audiovisual guidance, yeah? In order to have something to help you out with the presentation. It's not a video. Remember that you guys are not recording a video. You guys are just showing, talking, giving opinion, yeah? Basically presenting your idea. So in order to have that ready by this week, when you guys have to turn in the second advance of the project, remember to include your point of view, okay? Your perspective. There was only one student who already did it. It does not mean that the rest of you had to do it, no problem. But I remember there was one who already stated, yeah, both sides, like the arguments against and the arguments in favor, okay? So now it's time for you to start shaping your opinion and present what you think and what you support, okay? That's the plan of the debate. Questions about that? Anything I can clarify or say about it? Tell me. For people who got late, we are talking about the project. Remember that by next Thursday, you guys have to turn in the second advance. So my recommendation is download the one you already have, the one that I already corrected, yeah? Follow my instructions, and once you have it ready, yeah, you will upload that document in the new folder that I will share with you this week. Okay, so you are about to finish. Do not worry, you guys did a good job. And the topics were very, very interesting. Well, are very interesting. So questions, you can speak Spanish if you need to clarify anything about the project. Tell me. Okay, Manuela. Don't worry. So what are the questions about the project? No questions? Okay, maybe if you guys started working on those corrections, you guys can ask me, during the week, no problem. I can answer the questions you have. So, okay. Manuel, thank you for raising your hand.
Hi, teacher. Could you please send us again the link?
Sure. I will. Yeah.
Thank
So, okay, so it means you have not received my corrections, right?
Oh, I haven't checked my email, teacher.
Okay.
If you
No
send
problem.
the email. Okay.
It's okay. You will find them in the same document you turned in. Okay, so no problem. Yeah, I will. In some minutes, I will. Another question? Boys and girls? Okay, let's summarize that part so we can move on. I told you, you guys did a good job and you are ready to start showing your point of view towards that life issue you chose, yeah? A lot of you mentioned things against and in favor, yeah, but not taking your personal perspective. And now it is the time for you to start showing that position, okay? So we are getting close to the debate. That's basically what you have to do by this second assignment. Okay, good. Agenda for today. Here we are. So we're going to have our warm-up with a game for reviewing all tenses. Yes? Today we are going to be talking about time and tense in English. Okay? Two different words, but words that really get along. Okay? So we'll have a short review and I will focus my attention on the explanation. Oh, sorry, by the spelling mistake. The explanation on some particular cases, yeah, because we can spend forever studying all of those 12 tenses we have in English. But that's not the idea. The idea is go through all of them very quickly and focus our attention on those particular cases, maybe the ones that we do not have very clear, like the exceptions. Yeah, like we know that we use present simple for talking about the present. Okay, yeah, but there are also some exceptions in which we can use present simple for talking about the future, and we can also use it for the past. Sounds very weird, right? But yeah, we can do it. So I'm going to focus my attention on those special cases, okay? And that way we can go through all the tenses. We will check out the differences between time and tense through the practice of reading on page 29. It is about salaries, yeah, because we are talking about money this unit, remember that. And at the end, we have a working together task, okay? Well, it's not a task like the big task of the unit, but it's a short thing in which you guys can discuss. So that's our plan. Okay, while you guys are preparing your questions for me, I'm checking the attendance very quickly. So this is the time for you to ask questions, make comments, clarify doubts. Okay, while I check the attendance. Karen. Hello, Karen. Isn't Karen in the meeting? Let me see. Diego, thank you for your question. Mural will be by next week, okay? Remember, next Monday is our final test. So by next week, I will tell you exactly when, okay? But do not forget to work on it, yeah? Okay, Karen, hello?
Present, teacher.
Okay, Karen, thank you. Okay, Santiago.
Here, teacher.
Good. Kiara.
Present, teacher.
Okay, Jorge. I'm afraid Jorge is sick. Jorge, hello. Are you there? Can you hear me?
Present, teacher.
How are you, Jorge? Feeling better?
Yes, teacher.
Awesome. Okay, Jorge, Natalia.
Present.
Okay, Natalia. Diego.
Present, teacher.
Good. Manuela.
Yes, teacher.
Okay, Manuela. Kiara.
Present teacher, here again.
Kiara, no, it's okay. Thank you. So I think I missed. Okay, no, sorry. Thank you, Kiara. Sebastian. Hello there.
Present teacher.
Okay, thank you. Beatriz.
Present teacher.
Good. Xiomara. Hello, Xiomara. Xiomara. Xiomara, can you hear me?
Yes, teacher, present.
Okay, thank you, Xiomara. Catherine.
Present, miss, I'm here.
Awesome, Catherine. Marlon. Marlon, hello. Mandy. Mandy.
Teacher.
Hello, teacher. Good evening. I'm here.
Thank you, Mandy. Yes, sorry, you were going to ask something. What's up? Okay, Mandy's here. Manuel.
Hello, teacher. Present.
Thank you, Manuel. Maria.
Present, teacher.
Awesome. And Vanessa.
Hello, teacher, present.
Very good, Vanessa. Thank you. Okay, dear friends. I think that a girl was going to say something and I interrupted her. No?
Me, teacher.
Yes. Jessica Chan.
Present.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Jessica. Yes, good. Okay, guys. Awesome. So, what's the first thing? How are we going to warm up our brain with this game? This is a board game. You guys have a character and you're going to answer different questions related to different tenses. Yeah? So read the sentence, read the options, and make sure you feel okay when you answer. Yeah, like you read all of them to see what is the closest one. Okay? You will find future, past, present, continuous forms, all of them. Okay? Let me show you how it works. This is just to warm up our brain, and remember to be very attentive while you are playing so you guys can prepare your questions for me. Okay, let me see. I send you the link here in the chat. What you have to do is this. Click on start. Okay. As soon as you click on start, you have this, that is you. This is your player. And this is the dice you have to roll. So click on the dice here. It rolls.
Choose the correct answer.
It walks, you know. And you guys have different questions here. Okay, so you guys read the question, look at the options, and select the correct one. As soon as you select the correct option, yeah, you click on the dice again, roll the dice, and it continues. Okay, tell me when you're done, get your questions ready, and tell me about your score. Okay, guys, is it working? Thumbs up if it's working for you, please. Show me that it works. Thank you, Beatriz. And the rest of you? Show me you could access it, please. Boys and girls?
Yes, teacher.
Thank
Yes,
you,
teacher.
Manuel. Okay, thank you, thank you. Okay, guys, let's do it. Thank you, Maria. I just sent you the link of the project, no, the first project advance that you guys sent, but just for you to check out the corrections, okay? And download that document, because remember that you are going to upload it again in a new folder that I will send you, okay? For this cycle. So I just send you just in case you guys don't have it. Are you guys done with the tenses? Tell me. Oh, Manuel says that it didn't show a score. Oh no. Well, it's okay. Well, how was it, guys? Was it good? Tell me when you're done. There were around 19 sentences. So the idea was to finish as many as you can. 2 more minutes, Diego. Okay, no problem. Take your time. Beatriz, if it's not the correct answer, didn't it mark like wrong? And then you cannot check which one is the correct? What do you mean?
Teacher, I have very mistake. I confuse a little with the present and past. Yeah.
For example, in this question, Beatriz, for example, let's mark our own one to see how it goes. So Maria has already, okay, the answer will be bought her friend a present for his birthday. I'm going to mark by to see. Okay, so it marks wrong, but I know your question. Your question is how you know the correct one.
I know the correct answer is possible. Check.
Okay, that's what you mean. Yeah, no.
Okay.
Not really. I'm checking it, but well, no. But it's okay. I can answer your questions. Oh, that's why, yeah. We are going to go through the tenses because I know you guys may have questions. So you can ask whatever you need. And if you go back, no, you cannot go back to check. Okay. Thank you, Diego, for showing us that you are done. Okay, Mandy, thank you for telling me. Oh, Marie, I'm sorry. Okay, guys, so let's go through all the tenses together very quickly because remember, the idea is that we are going to check them, but not all of them in detail because of the time, yeah? But don't worry. Let's start. What I would like you to do is to review things like this. Pay attention. We have 12 tenses in English, okay? And we can have like the general idea that is present, past, and future. But of course, we know that there are also other ones like the perfect ones, the continuous ones. Yeah, so pretty much like that in all of them, there will be 12 tenses. So I would like to do something like this. I'm going to ask you to type, yes, type a sentence in the chat for this activity, okay? This is not the big explanation, it's just to see how you are. So let's type a sentence in present simple. Let's do it very quickly. You can type it for all of us if you want, or you can type them just for me. But all of you need to participate, okay? Go ahead. Present simple sentence in the chat. Go, go, go. About whatever you want. Okay, present simple sentence. Thank you, Diego. Okay. Thank you, Manuel. Thank you, Santiago. You have a spelling mistake, no problem. Typing mistake, I will guess. Okay, come on. The rest of you, come on, guys, let's do it. It shouldn't take us so long. Present simple sentence. Thank you, Beatriz. Okay. Thank you, Natalia. Continue, guys. Come on. Vanessa, Catherine, Sebastian, Kiara, Jessica, Mendy. Thank you, Maria. Very good. Awesome. Okay, very good, Catherine. Okay, thank you, Karen. And thank you, Jessica. Very good, Xiomara. Thank you, Vanessa. Very good. Now, present perfect. Present perfect sentence in the chat. Present perfect. Very quickly. Present perfect sentence in the chat. Thank you, Diego. Thank you, Natalia. Thank you, Santiago. Very good, Beatriz. Okay, Manuel. Okay, Karen. Okay, keep going. Okay, Maria. Okay, Xiomara. Very good. Sebastian, I have not read any of your sentences. Come on. Okay, keep going, Jessica. Thank you. Yes, very good. All right. Present continuous. Thank you, Vanessa. Okay, let's move to present continuous. Jorge, I have studied since I was 5 years old. Okay, Diego. Okay, Kiara. Okay, Maria. Beatriz, that is pretty much like a combination between present perfect and present continuous, but you are missing been. I have been studying English all night, okay? So that doesn't work for present
Have been
continuous.
studying is a present perfect or is a present perfect continuous? It's a
Present
confused
perfect.
part.
Yes, Beatriz. Okay, so I have is for the perfect tenses. Studying is for the continuous form. So it will be a combination between present perfect and present perfect continuous, but you are missing been. So it will be, I have been studying English all night, which is present perfect continuous, okay? So in that case, that is not correct. Santiago, it is present continuous, present continuous. Okay, Vanessa, I am buying many fruits. Okay, very
So
good.
I won't use present perfect continuous when the action beginning in the past and not finish in present.
Exactly, and the continuous form when it focuses on the duration of time, not the result. That is that you want to focus on working all night. It's like, well, or, well, studying in your sentence, studying. Okay, thank you, Xiomara. Thank you, Santiago. And who's this one that I missed? Jessica, thank you. Okay, very good. It's so wonderful that you guys are using present continuous, but some of you already started to use it with a future purpose, and that's what we need to know, yeah, that they can be used for different purposes. Very good. Okay, very good, Xiomara. Thank you, Catherine. Okay, present perfect continuous. Present perfect continuous. Present perfect continuous. Let's move. Present perfect continuous. Yes, Santiago, very good. Very good, Diego. Thank you, Manuel. Yes, Jessica. Vanessa, that is present perfect, sweetheart. You need present perfect continuous. You can say something like, I've been visiting many places this year. Okay, Maria. You can also include recently or this week. Okay, very good. Very good, guys. Okay, let's finish with that one because there are a lot. So I was just trying to keep you engaged. Okay, very good, Vanessa. Okay, very good, Natalia. Yes, Jorge. All right. Yes, Catherine. Very good. Xiomara, that is present perfect. And that's correct, but you need present perfect continuous. Okay, my dear friends, very good job. So I was just trying to review with you the present tenses. Yeah, but there are more. So what are we gonna do? Let me just show you this video to review. Now this one is for some minutes. This video to review the tenses, and later we can focus on the important things that will be a little bit different and harder to understand. Okay? So here we are. The past, the present, and the future walked into a bar. It was tense. So let's watch the video together in order to review the tenses and ask all the necessary questions you guys have about them.
Vos antes este anuncio
Oh my
con esta
goodness.
especial de opening.
Okay, open English. Okay, wait a second. Okay, Beatriz, thank you. Yes, Kiara, she has been working. Okay, good. Here we are with the video. Let's focus on the video. Let's activate the subtitles. Yes. Good. And please tell me if you can listen to it very well, okay?
Grammatical tense is how languages talk about time without explicitly naming time periods, by instead modifying verbs to specify when action occurs. So how many different tenses are there in a language like English? At first, the answer seems obvious. There's past, present, and future. But thanks to something called grammatical aspect, each of those time periods actually divides further. There are 4 kinds of aspect. In the continuous or progressive aspect, the actions are still happening at the time of reference. The perfect aspect describes actions that are finished. The perfect progressive aspect is a combination, describing a completed part of a continuous action. And finally, there's the simple aspect, the basic form of the past, present, and future tense, where an action is not specified as continuous or discrete. That's all a little hard to follow, so let's see how it works in action. Let's say your friends tell you they went on a secret naval mission to collect evidence of a mysterious sea creature. The tense sets the overall frame of reference in the past, but within that, there are many options. Your friends might say a creature attacked their boat. That's the past simple, the most general aspect, which gives no further clarification. They were sleeping when it happened, a continuous process underway at that point. They might also tell you they had departed from Nantucket to describe an action completed even earlier. That's an example of the past perfect. Or that they had been sailing for 3 weeks, something that was ongoing up until that point. In the present, they tell you that they still search for the creature today, their present simple activity. Perhaps they are preparing for their next mission continuously as they speak. And they have built a special submarine for it, a completed achievement. Plus, if they have been researching possible sightings of the creature, it's something they've been doing for a while and are still doing now, making it present perfect progressive. So what does this next mission hold? You know it still hasn't happened because they will depart next week, the future symbol. Your friends will be searching for the elusive creature, an extended continuous undertaking. They tell you the submarine will have reached uncharted depths a month from now. That's a confident prediction about what will be achieved by a specific point in the future, a point at which they will have been voyaging for 3 weeks in the future perfect progressive. The key insight to all these different tenses is that each sentence takes place in a specific moment, whether it's past, present, or future. The point of aspects is that they tell you, as of that moment, the status of the action. In total, they give us 12 possibilities in English. What about other languages? Some, like French, Swahili, and Russian, take a similar approach to English. Others describe and divide time differently. Some have fewer grammatical tenses, like Japanese, which only distinguishes past from non-past. Buli and Tukongbasi, which only distinguish future from non-future. And Mandarin Chinese, with no verb tenses at all, only aspect. On the other hand, languages like Yagua split past tense into multiple degrees, like whether something happened hours, weeks, or years ago. In others, tenses are intertwined with moods that convey urgency, necessity, or probability of events. This makes translation difficult, but not impossible. Speakers of most languages without certain tenses can express the same ideas with auxiliary words like would or did, or by specifying the time they mean. Are the variations from language to language just different ways of describing the same fundamental reality? Or do their diverse structures reflect different ways of thinking about the world, and even time itself? And if so, what other ways of conceiving time may be out there? TED-Ed is a nonprofit. If you value our work, please consider supporting it on patreon.com/TED-Ed.
Okay, guys. I know the video did not explain any of those tenses, but just show you some examples of the sentences, yeah, in different tenses. What I would like you to do is just to relax about it because you guys know it and you have the knowledge in your mind. What I need to do is just to mention some specific cases in which it can be different from the things that we have always taught. That is present just for present, past just for past. Yeah, so that's what we're gonna do. Okay, how? By working on this. Let me show you. Well, how was the video? Did you like it? Was it good? It was just telling you a little a short story, but with all tenses, which is very good because you can mix them when you are speaking. Of course, you can have a mixture of tenses. So here we are with this. We have this reading and we have these bold phrases. Yeah, those are the phrasal, the verb phrases, sorry. No phrasal verbs, no. And they have different tenses. So we are going to read it, we are going to analyze them, and then I will show you some special cases for some tenses and we will practice on it, okay? So here we are, the rise of Premier League incomes. Incomes is what people receive, you know, money, okay? So I would like you to please help me read and I can go through the new vocabulary with you. Who can start reading? Who can help me with the first part? Okay, or maybe I start and then another person continues. Oh, I see Catherine and Santiago raising their hand. Thank you. Who's first, Catherine or Santiago?
Okay, Miss. It's every young football fan's dream that one day they'll be playing for a top-level football club and save themselves on TV every weekend. And with the highest paid European football players earning salaries over 300 euros a week. It's easy to see why. 3,000 euros.
300,000. Yeah, you are right.
It's easy to see why. Even the average salary of 30,000 euros a week is not to be sniffed at, but it wasn't always like this. The latest Scottish footballer Stewart England, for example, have already played for Scotland in the 1958 World Cup alongside the likes of Pelé, when he was offered at 30 euros a week. Salary by English clubs, nothing for us, about 450 euros in today's money.
Thank you, Catherine. Thank you so much. So, okay, Santiago, you will continue, but first let's analyze the first paragraph to see what it has to teach us, okay? So, well, new vocabulary. Let's start here. A top flight football club. Top flight as an adjective, okay? It means the highest rank, you know, like on the top, like the highest level. Yeah, like we say in Spanish, de primera clase. Yeah, like the best. That's a top flight football club. But in this case, we are analyzing the word top flight, which is an adjective. What else? What else do we have as new vocabulary, guys? Okay, it's easy to see why even, blah, blah, blah. It's not to be sniffed at. I think this one. Yes, sniffed at. You understand what is sniff at?
No.
Please.
Okay. In this case, we have to analyze the whole thing, like not to be sniffed at. But before that, let me explain sniffed at, which is to show disapproval, to show dislike. So in the case of, well, I don't like it, I don't want it. Like we say, desechar. Okay? So the whole expression that is this topic or this issue, yeah, the way of just earning a lot of money, is not to be sniffed at. Es algo lo que no podemos desechar o pasar por alto. No podemos dejar de poner atención, no podemos minimizar. That's the idea of is not to be sniffed at, okay? No se puede pasar por alto. Because that's a lot of money. Okay, what else? But it wasn't like this, okay. Have already played for Scotland, come alongside. Well, alongside, that is together. Yeah, like they have been working together. Junto a. Okay, salary, I think that's okay. Any other word until what Catherine read? No? Who's this guy in the picture? Who's that one?
CR7.
Yeah, are you guys fan of him? Yes? Yeah, Manuel. My nephew keeps saying that all the time, and he actually acts it. Okay, well, snip, María. Desechar, pasar por alto, rechazar. Pero en este contexto sería lo contrario, ¿sí? No es un tema que se pueda pasar por alto. No es algo que debemos, pues, pasar como si nada, ¿ok? That's what it means. It's not to be sniffed at. Okay, good. Santiago, you were my second volunteer. Thank you.
Things changed very little until the late 1970s and 1980s, when the lifting of regulations allowed for freer trade of players across borders. Salaries during this time were increasing steadily in order to attract the best players from abroad. Since then, they've been rising at an astronomical rate. Today's top-flight footballers earned 50 times what they did in the early 1980s, with many, such as Lionel Messi and Cristiano Ronaldo, combining salaries with lucrative sponsorship deals.
Thank you, Santiago. Very good. Awesome. Okay, guys, new vocabulary here. So,
Lifting of regulations.
well, the lifting of regulations means that there are more and more of them, you know, that is the whole meaning of lifting of regulations. Like they appear, you know, like they are, remember that regulations means that they are supervised, yes? So it is the meaning of when the lifting of regulations. Como, how do we say that in Spanish? Like, supervisión. Yeah, well, regulaciones.
Las regulaciones, los topes.
Regulaciones de fútbol, sí.
Yeah. So, Diego asks for steadily. It means continuously, continuamente, firmemente, periódicamente. That's steadily. And also fast. Yeah, when increasing steadily, Okay, in order to attract the best players for abroad. Okay, I think I saw another one that I was going to. Okay, this one. Freer, that is just basically the adjective. That is the comparative adjective. Okay, free, freer. It sounds weird, but it's the comparative adjective. Okay, okay. Maybe you guys that know about soccer can, you know, like understand a little bit better from people that do not. For example, in my case, I understand the vocabulary, but I do not really know how those traits, yeah, of footballers work. Esos tratados cuando ellos hacen como esas negociaciones con los jugadores, yeah. Okay, since then they have been rising at an astronomical rate. This is an expression of like, you know, like a very huge. Okay, today top flight footballers, the same, remember, top flight, that is the best, yeah, like a very high rank and quality, los de primera clase, okay, top flight, that is the adjective. Okay, so today's top flight footballers earn 50 times what they did in the early 80s, okay? Blah, 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 salaries. Okay, sponsorship, people who pay for them, you know? Los patrocinadores, yes? Okay, good. En este caso, sponsorship would be more like patrocinio, que es sustantivo. Sponsor sería la persona, okay? Good. Who can continue? Who can finish? One more. The whole idea is about footballers' income and salaries. Okay, come on, one more person. Boys and girls. Let's listen to...
Me, teacher.
Okay, thank you, Kiara.
So, is this upward spiral going to continue endlessly? Some argue that it shouldn't. Enough is enough. Argues that Maguire, who is heading a campaign to introduce limits on player salaries, it's gone beyond a joke now, and with most top division class facing heavy losses each year, the time has come for some sensible limits.
Thank you, very good. Thank you, Kiara. Each year. Okay, so is this upward spiral going to continue endlessly? Remember that in some cases, the idea is to understand the whole idea, yeah, rather than worldwide backward. Because if you say, okay, upward, that is like growing up, you know, increasing, going up, and spiral going to continue endlessly, is just like the way that they are going to earn more and more and more money, yeah, without stopping them. That's the idea of this question. Okay. Well, some argue shouldn't. Okay. Who's heading a campaign is like who's the leader of that campaign. To introduce limits on player salaries, okay, beyond a joke now, and this top division, you guys know more about that. Esos los clubes de primera división, right? Clubs facing heavy losses each year, okay. So, general idea of the text. They are talking about, okay, Santiago, thank you for raising your hand.
Sorry, teacher, I couldn't listen if you explain what is the meaning of endlessly.
With no limits, Santiago.
Okay.
Ajá, infinitamente, sin acabarse. Entonces, la idea, lo que yo les decía de esta primera frase es precisamente eso, que si esto nunca va a parar, que si ellos van a seguir ganando mucho y mucho, mucho dinero, y sobre todo los jugadores top, como Cristiano y Messi, ¿sí? Que tienen, obviamente, unos salarios diferentes a los de nosotros. Okay, so this is the debate. The rise and for the top flight players. Endlessly without limits. No end. Okay. Any other thing, guys? So let's talk a little bit about this. They're talking about the incomes. What do you think? Let's start debating. Show your point of view. Are you against or in favor of this situation? Do you think that those top flight players should receive more money than the others? Or no? What do you think? Do you think that that is just like an illegal trade those sponsorship companies have, or those are the rules and regulations? What do you think? Give me your opinions. Let's debate a little bit. Okay, go ahead. Especially if you like football, I think this is a topic that you may comment on. Thank you, Santiago, for raising your hand.
It's to give my opinion, yes?
Yeah.
Well, teacher, I am not a big fan of soccer, especially, but I like the sports. And for example, in the NBA happens the same practically. The players who are more known in the world and the social media, as in this case, Cristiano and Messi, well, they earn more money than others because they move and influence more people than the other players. That's the reason why they can earn more money than the others. And in my opinion, I agree with that, because if you have that especially charisma, that especially charisma to motivate, inspire other people, why not get a prize or something special, in this case money, as a payment?
Okay, interesting. Santiago, I agree. Okay, I agree.
I agree.
Yes, good. Santiago, I see you like sports because you also chose sports for your project. And I really like that topic, the controversial one about the competitions. Interesting. Yes. Well, now that Santiago has mentioned that, I was thinking about what these guys do, yeah, on a personal project. For example, campaigns like, I don't know, like commercials, advertising, yeah, everything related to it. But that would be different from, playing soccer. And also that's another way of making money they have, yeah? But okay, I understand what Santiago wanted to say. Another person about this, receiving more money than the others. What do you think? Come on, any other person? Karen, what do you think? Do you agree?
And teacher, I agree, but I don't know much about football. But I think I only know players, soccer, Cristiano and Messi.
Yeah.
I only know that. And I think they are very, very famous and talented. So the people love them. And that's why the clubs pay a lot for them.
Thank you, Karen. Very good. Yes. Okay, guys. So I have another question related to incomes, but not to just footballers. Remember that you can say soccer player or footballer, and both are right. And don't feel afraid of using the word football in English, because I know that many of us were told that we use soccer, that is the sport you play with your foot, and football, if that is American soccer, and that's not like that. football is also used in British English as football, soccer. Yeah, so it's the same. So do not feel worried about using that word. You can say soccer or football, and that's the same. Okay, so the other question was about those professions that are very well paid in our country, in Colombia. Well paid or fairly paid, yeah? I don't know if it's well paid a good word with this situation, but let's use it. Okay, which professions? What are your opinions? You can type them in the chat if you want. Because then I will ask you the opposite. What are those which are not well paid? Like they have like a, you know, very bad pay. So which ones for a good payment in Colombia?
Miss, I
Yes,
think
Catherine.
in this moment it's not a profession. I disagree with this. I don't know to say. Maybe it's
Okay.
not profession. YouTuber, Instagrammer, they earn a lot of money doing anything. I don't know. But
That's a very controversial
they
topic.
earn a lot of money, miss, and no well paid, maybe doctors, nurses, and every that is work in healthcare, maybe in health. For me, I think.
Yes, Catherine, I agree with you about those who work in healthcare. Yeah, it was like a taboo in the past, or not taboo, like a myth, I guess, that a lot of people said that, oh yeah, let's study medicine and let's be doctors because they receive a lot of money. Yeah, but right now in country, and maybe not now. Okay, Catherine was talking about social media as well as Jorge, and Diego is saying OnlyFans. For sure, they are making a lot of money. But I feel that this is just like the season, you know? Later, when they will be less famous because there will be a lot of them, will be maybe a crisis of that. Yeah, because of women are getting a lot of money because of those jobs, or well, I'm not sure, occupations. Yeah, let's say like that. Job related to oil. Thank you, Kiara. Okay, good, guys. It was just a little bit about this topic. So now we are going to connect this reading with what we know about the tenses, yeah? And that's what we're gonna do. We are going to analyze which tense is each of these phrasal verb, yeah, written. The first one day they will be playing. Which is the tense here? One day they'll be playing. Present simple.
Like
Future?
Future,
continuous.
But what kind of future?
Continuous.
Yes,
Future
very
continuous.
good. Yes, future continuous. They will be playing. Let's review a little bit about the future continuous. It is a combination of will and the progressive action. Yes, so we'll be playing, we'll be talking, we'll be studying, we'll be earning. Okay, good. Second one. The late Scottish footballer Stuart Imlach, for example, had already played.
Present perfect.
Past
Present
perfect.
perfect.
Past perfect. Remember that present perfect, have and has. Past perfect, had. Okay, had already played. So it is an action that happened in the past. Yes. And here we have, okay, had already played for alongside. Okay, good. This one, things changed very little.
Past simple.
Past simple. Very good. Past simple. Were increasing. Salaries during this time were increasing.
Past continuous.
Past continuous.
Past continuous. Remember, we have was or were, depending on the subject, and the combination of the verb with ing. Okay, questions in the chat. Let's see. Past progressive. Yes, Jorge. Progressive is another way of calling continuous. Yeah, the same. Today's top flight footballers earn 50 times.
Present simple.
Present simple. Present simple. They have been rising.
Present perfect continuous.
Very good. Present perfect continuous. Always using been, that is the past participle of be, and the verb with ing. Is.
Present simple.
Present simple. And is going to continue.
Future simple.
Future, yes, that is with going to. And is heading.
Present continuous.
Present continuous. Easy. Before I give you an exercise about this, let me show you some. Okay, I know that that is very simple and that the way I just told you is easy, but now remember that this level has more things to analyze, and that is the time of analyzing some important things. What do we need to know? In English, time and tense are different things, because maybe if you translate, you say, what is the tense? And you say, ¿cuál es el tiempo? Oh, well, maybe, yeah, but you have to have the idea that is, the tense is all of those 12 that we have mentioned. Time is an universal concept, which refers to past, present, future, and general time. But tense is a grammatical concept and describes how we change the structure of a verb. All of those formulas that we have learned. Yeah, but at this moment, it's not necessary to concentrate on all the formulas, but more on the uses and functions, because you have a lot of knowledge in your mind. So, a more realistic way to describe past and present tenses is in terms of distance. For example, present tenses show that things are close to us, but talking about actions, of course, whereas past tenses show that things are distant to us. Yeah, our choice of tense in this respect depends on one more or three things, like time, reality, and formality. How? For example, I say, when I was a child, I walked to school. I'm talking about the time when I was a child. Yes, so in this context is far away, because in my case, I have lived for 34 years, so if I am 34, this is not close to me. And I go to work by bus. This is close to me because it's something I do. Yeah? Reality. I wish I was, or I wish I were rich. Like, remember when we studied hypothetical situations? And what's the reality? I'm not rich. Okay, so those are also aspects and factors that determine the tense. Yeah? Could you possibly open the window, please? Can you open the window? Depending on who I'm talking to, I can also say that I have to take into account formality. Yeah, because I can just say, could you possibly open the window, please, to my sister that maybe is next to me. Yes, and we have a very close relationship. It's like, can you open the window? Okay, no problem. But if I say something like this to another person that maybe is not my friend, it will be a little bit weird, yeah, and informal. So we take time, reality, and formality into account. Now, here I have the simple explanation of them. We have, for present, we have present simple, present continuous, present perfect, and present perfect continuous. And you guys already gave me one sentence per each. Yes? With the past, we have the same. We have past simple, past continuous, past perfect, and past perfect continuous. In past simple, we have to review the verbs in past, especially the irregular ones, that are the ones that change when we have the conjugation. And we have to be very careful with the pronunciation of the regular ones. That we say, oh, they are the easy ones. Well, they are the easy ones because we just add ed. But when we pronounce them, we have to be very clear, otherwise we pronounce them in the wrong way. In the continuous form, we have to review was and were, depending on the subject, and the verb with ing. In the past perfect, always using had, and the past participle of the verb. And in the past perfect continuous, had, been, that is the continuous component for all of them, and the verb with ing. Now, what about the future? We have the same. We have simple, continuous, perfect, and perfect continuous. In the simple, we use will, or as Diego mentioned before, we can use going to, no problem, like I'm going to do whatever, yeah? In the continuous, will and be, and the verb with ing, I will be living, I will be studying, we will be traveling. In the perfect, as we already studied, will and this perfect form, that is have, and the past participle. And the future perfect continuous will have, been, and the verb with ing. Okay. We are not supposed to study them all in detail, but more the exceptions. And here I have the exceptions. Okay, this is what it could be a little bit new. Special uses of the present simple. We have learned that we use present simple for talking about the present, but let's check out some other functions that are also accepted. Present simple can be used for past time. Jessica, you are going to read the first short explanation, please. This.
Yes, teacher. The present simple is commonly used to talk about past situations. In newspaper headlines, anti-US protest ends in violence. Minister quits a striking city to a standstill.
Okay, thank you, Jessica. So, you say, teacher, present simple for past time? How come? And you say, yeah, have you noticed that when you are reading the newspaper, you have those headlines in present, even if they already finished the action? Have you noticed that? Does it happen in Spanish or not? Tell me. Boys and girls, with the newspaper's headlines. Is it the same in our culture in Spanish?
Not exactly.
No, doesn't it happen? Well, in English it's very common. Yeah. So, for example, you talk about a strike in the city. Yeah. And we have been, I don't know, like the whole week with it. Yeah. And it had a consequence that is a standstill. Cuando todo para, ¿sí? Cuando se para todo. So we say, oh my goodness, strike brings city to a standstill. And it is something that started last week. Okay? Entonces, como el paro, ¿sí? Dejó a la ciudad quieta, cuando todo para, transporte, comida, etc. Okay? So that is very common in newspapers. You can check out the headline in present, but it does not mean that is something that is, you know, happening all the time. It's just the way they use, yes, for presenting those news. That is one common use of present simple for past time. Okay. Minister quits. I think in Spanish is also common, no? El ministro renuncia, no? Well, in some cases maybe, but this is the idea. In newspaper headlines, you can use present simple even if that is a past action, no problem. We have one more for this first use, this one. Who can read, please? When we are telling stories, there are lots of different ways to do it. Okay. So, Come on, let's listen to Diego. Can you please help me read?
Sorry, teacher.
Yes, just read. Don't worry. Read.
Okay. When we tell a joke or when you relate the story of a film, book, or play, for example, a man goes to the psychiatrist and says, "Doctor, I think I'm a pair of curtains." The doctor replies, "Pull yourself together." Second example, Ingrid Bergman plays a rich woman in 19th century Australia who marries, becomes an alcoholic, and then falls in love with her cousin.
Thank you, Diego. I think this is very similar to our culture because when in Spanish, when we tell jokes, we use simple present. Haven't you noticed that? Yeah.
Sure.
Yes.
What is the difference about the my father says I told no da 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 and this example.
Report to speech.
Yeah.
The difference is that you are not reporting, well, in this case, you are telling, you know, you are not reporting something. Reporting is more specifically about the message another person give another person, but in this case, it's general. It's just like what, well, as the heading says, telling a joke. But it's not exactly reporting something, you know? It's not necessary because we are not focusing on the message. Yeah, it doesn't mean that it's relevant for us. We are just telling, for example, a sequence of events, like Beatriz goes to the supermarket and she feels off, you know? That is the difference, yeah?
Okay.
Okay, and reported speech in structure is totally different because remember that we have to play, you know, like going 1/10 back.
And the verb is the past. In report, the verb is the past.
Okay. So when you are telling jokes, you can use present simple, and it's not necessary to report because you are not going to change the tense. Yeah, you are not going to say, "Doctor, I thought." No, it is not necessary. Yeah, it's just like telling a sequence of events, no problem. It happens in Spanish. En español también contamos los chistes en presente simple. Y también en el pasado, no es una regla. Chicos, no es una regla, no es, no, así siempre va a ser, no, es una manera de que abramos un poquito a las posibilidades de otros usos que hay, ¿sí? Porque los que ya tenemos muy claros del presente, pasado y futuro son los que obviamente existen y están, pero nosotros en el lenguaje tenemos un montón de flexibilidades y de cosas que debemos adoptar y aceptar. Entonces, bueno, también podemos utilizar los headings del periódico para utilizar el presente simple. También contamos los chistes de esa manera. Nosotros podemos contar un chiste. Una señora llegó y se subió a la escalera, se cayó. Está bien. La señora sube, llega, se cae. Eso le da un poquito como más de I don't know. I think it's more attractive, yeah, in the way we tell a joke in present simple. But it's not a rule. It's not like it has to be like that. No. Okay, the other one is a story. Ingrid Bergman plays a Richmond. Yes, I have seen some books, chapters, yeah, that use present simple, even if they is a past story, no problem. And the other one with present simple to talk about now. That is basically what we know. We often learn that the present continuous is used for talking about now. We always say that present continuous is for talking about the moment, but sometimes we can also use the present simple for this purpose. How? When we refer to an action which happens instantaneously at the moment of speaking, yeah? Like, I pronounce you man and wife. This usually occurs when the words carry a particular importance. I beg your pardon. I name this ship the Mary Rose. Yeah, so it's more like a sophisticated way because when we talk about actions happening now, we use present continuous. Okay? So in this case, like when you say, for example, excuse me, can you move? Okay, I know that you are there and you are standing there, but I just use present simple for referring to something. Okay, what else? When describing or commenting on a present action, the present simple is used for an instantaneous action. Owen shoots and it's a goal in a match, for example, in a race, in cycling. They are talking and they are describing, yes? And for example, you say, well, Santiago is catching the ball. No, you say Santiago catches the ball. Yes, that is another way. Commenting, for example, commentating like soccer, sports, radio. Yeah, they really use present simple for that purpose when they are describing something. Okay, for example, you say the teacher is explaining something, the teacher is talking to the students are listening to her. That is the normal way we do it and the normal way we know. But what about, well, and Sandy says, present simple is also used for past. And we are all surprised. Yeah, that's present simple, and you are describing what is happening now, and that is perfectly okay. You are commentating. The present continuous is used for a longer event. In that case, more like focusing on the action. And now I'm slicing the onions into little pieces and putting them into the saucepan. Ok, vamos a hacerlo aquí en paréntesis. Cuando están describiendo o comentando algo, se puede utilizar el presente simple, así sea una acción progresiva. ¿Sí? Fíjense ustedes en un partido de fútbol. Entonces ahí dice. Entonces, y chuta, y anota, y es gol. Ok, ¿sí? Entonces, presente simple. Cuando nos enfocamos un poco más en la acción y lo que eso conlleva, vuelvo a lo mismo que les he dicho con los tiempos continuos, sea el que sea, ¿sí? Se enfoca uno más en lo que lleva esa acción, en el tiempo, en la duración, entonces está mejor utilizar el presente continuo, ¿sí? Es como, y estoy acá escribiendo lo que necesito para el mercado, ¿ok? Cuando estoy contando algo, es muy común que utilizamos presente simple, así haya pasado. Por ejemplo, yo digo, y Catherine pregunta tal cosa y yo me quedo así y entonces no entiendo nada. Present simple. Yes? So that's another variation of present simple. It's not a rule. It's just the way we can understand other functions. Is it clear, boys and girls? Questions? We are about to finish. You have to practice. Okay, the last one. Present simple for future time. This is perhaps the most common for you because we have already learned that we can also use present simple for future, yeah? Present simple is commonly used to talk about future events which are programmed or timetable, like the train leaves at 3 p.m. It is not 3 now, yeah? We know that that is future time, but it's official, is scheduled, is program, is timetable, yeah? So you say, okay, el tren sale a las 3. Okay, good. Yeah, present simple, but that is a future idea. A new production of Mozart's Don Giovanni opens at the Royal Opera House next week. Future, but present simple, okay? We often use the present simple and present perfect sometimes to refer to the future after time conjunctions such as if, when, before, as soon as, until, once, while, by the time. For example, what happens if you don't get there in time? I'll phone you as soon as we've checked in. You can go home as soon as you finish. Puedes ir a casa apenas termines. That's it. Yeah? You understand that as soon as you finish, it's a future time. But you are using present and no problem. It's like, well, you can say something like,
Teacher, but the second example is not present simple, yeah? It's a present continuous.
No, in this one is present perfect because they put it here as an option in the brackets, at least.
Ah, okay. Ah, it's
This
possible,
one?
both present simple
Yeah.
and present perfect. Ah, okay.
Perfect, present perfect. Yeah, in this one is a combination of future. I will phone you as soon as we've checked in. Te llamaré apenas hayamos hecho el check-in. In this case, is present perfect. This one is present simple, and this one is present simple. Because here we also have present perfect. It's very common to use present perfect with these conjunctions, and also present simple. For example, you say, I will be very happy when I finish the cleaning. When I finish the cleaning, the structure is present simple, but in my mind is future, because I need to finish it and it's in the future. Seré feliz cuando termine el aseo. Yeah, so it's like, oh, when I finish the cleaning, present simple. Yes, those are the ways we can use it for expressing future, and that's the end. To describe future events which are officially organized or timetable. Yes, I already talked about that one. We often use the present form of be. This is a little bit more complex because you have to use to. The Prime Minister is to visit India next year. How can we say this in Spanish? This is weird, but it exists.
El primer ministro va a visitar India el próximo año.
In our
teacher, but the verbs to the other verbs is a rule specific verbs.
Exactly, that's the different thing here. We use the present form of the verb be and the infinitive. So Beatriz is to take the exam next Monday. The students are to finish the project before Thursday. The teacher is to explain that topic tomorrow. Yeah, so do not worry, do not get things complicated. It's the same, but you use is to because it's a little bit more formal. Esto es más formal y es más como a la manera oficial, ¿sí? Pero es lo mismo que decir, el primer ministro va a ir a la India el próximo año. Es exactamente lo mismo, pero se utiliza un poco más formal, por ejemplo, en las noticias, en un artículo, en un comunicado oficial. Okay? That's the difference. Is the Archbishop to retire next year? Yeah, se va a retirar. Okay, that's it. The standard rate of tax is to be raised from next April. Por ejemplo, cuando el gobierno dice, la gasolina está para subirse el próximo mes. Aunque no creo que diga que sea esa la traducción, ¿verdad? Está para subirse. Pero en un contexto oficial, ese sería el ejemplo. Yes, the gasoline in Colombia is to be raised next August, for example. Okay. En nuestra cabeza va a subir. Ah, listo, ya lo tienen planeado para eso. Está programado. ¿Sí? Ya está programado para que tomen el examen el lunes. Entonces, the students are to take the exam next Monday. And that is a very weird form, but very formal and timetable way to express future events. Okay, that's the end.
Teacher, sorry, because the second example is not possible. The standard rate of dates is to raise?
No.
No?
It's to be.
Why to be?
Because this one is a passive form. Va a ser subido, va a ser incrementado.
Ah, okay.
It's a passive form. Yes.
Passive voice, passive voice.
Yes. Or, no, because the tax is not the one who does the action. You know, Beatriz, the tax receives the action. El impuesto recibe la acción, no la va a hacer. Entonces, es solo por eso que es una pasiva. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, what else? More questions? Are we done? Are we clear? I know that we started with a very simple thing at the end. That, special cases are always things that, you know, kind of complicate life. It's like, well, but it's okay. It's just like other variations of the present simple. That is the one that has more different ways than the others. The others are more specific. Yeah, but present simple is one that is worthy to study because has lots of possibilities. Okay, now that we are done, we don't have much time, but at least we can practice. You guys are going to do this. This is very simple. What do you have to do? With the verbs that we just analyzed, you guys are going to complete the chart. You are going to identify the different ways. This is the link. And let me explain how it works. What do you have to do? You have to do this. You have this chart. You have the time, past time, present time or now, future time, and general time. Maybe you will be confused with general time. What is that? Don't worry. Here you have verbs from 1 to 8. I don't think we have time for both, but try to do as much as you can. Verbs from 1 to 8. Let me show you where you can find them. We already analyzed them, so that's the good thing. Verbs from 1 to 8 are these. Look, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. These are the the 8 verbs that you are going to put in that chart. Where are they? Here. So you have some examples here. Future time, they will be playing. In this case, they are not very specific. They are not asking you about future simple, future continuous, future perfect. No. So if you find more than one that is related to the future, no matter specifically what, put them in the same chart. You know what I mean? You have a space for them. It's not that one, only one per each row. No, you can have 2 or 3, no problem. And if you have time, because I'm not sure, look at these sentences. There are also 8, yeah? Look at these bold verbs and put them into this chart. Okay, the same, past, present, future, or general. For example, they already did the first for you, get paid. That's a future time. Say, what, teacher? Future time, get paid? Yeah, because you have to read the sentence and analyze what is the intention. Could you lend me some money until I get paid? Me puedes prestar dinero hasta que me paguen. Ah, okay, hasta que me paguen es el futuro. Ah, okay. Now I am playing with the function. Do you understand? Yes? So that's why get paid is future time. Because when I get paid, it's in the future. Okay, that's what you have to do. Questions?
Teacher,
Yeah.
about the second column is the put the correct verb about the text, yeah?
No, the second A.
No. The verb 1 and
Yes.
A.
The
1 to 8. Correct verb according the text.
Yes, you have the little numbers there. 2, 6, blah, 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 8.
Okay, and the A and H is the context.
Is these verbs from A to H. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. The ones that you have in bold. Okay?
Okay.
Let's do it, guys. You guys will do it in couples, and if we have time, we can check them together. If we don't, I will check them with you tomorrow, because it's necessary to check just to clarify questions. Okay, let's do it. You guys have the link in the chat. Let's go. You can already share your screen. Let's do it. That's everything about tenses. Let me see how many are we today. Okay, we are missing Marlon. Yes. Call me if you need help. What happened, Manuela, Jessica? Manuel, Jessica, and Karen, how can I help you? Why aren't you in the breakout room? You need help?
Hi, teacher. Teacher, we
Hi,
can
teacher.
find the page.
29, Diego.
Okay. I got it.
Okay. I was talking, but my microphone was turned off. Hello, teacher. Okay, Diego. We have to write into the slide.
Let me see. Yes.
What number of slides are we?
We are number 7.
We're number 10. Okay. Regular student 2. Okay. Okay.
Okay, the first verb, they'll be playing, is future continuous.
They'll be playing future time.
I'm here. Sorry, Diego and Mandy. I was trying to talk to you. What's up?
Don't worry, teacher. We couldn't find the page, but
Which
is not a
page?
problem now. No,
29, teacher.
we have the page now.
Okay. Is everything okay now?
Yes, teacher.
Yes,
Thank
teacher.
you. Teacher, only one question. What is
Yeah.
general time?
Well, in the case of general time, it means that you cannot be very specific with it. You know, like for example, that it doesn't show you specifically something. You know, so in the case, for example, increased from age to age, in the ones from age, we don't have any. We don't have any in general time. But in the verbs a to age, I found increased. Yeah. Let me show you. Increase here. Let me show you my.
The letter C.
See, what is it? How will your life change if your salary increased? General time, because it could be at any moment, you know? So that's what I mean, you know? That's the function of general time. But in the ones to eight, we don't have any. So this is the only one. I didn't want to put it because it could be a little bit confusing, but there is just one option, increased, no more in this context. It doesn't show specifically, you know, if it's past or present or future. It's general time.
Letter D is to general time. right?
20% increase? Okay, I accept. No.
That's present, teacher. Or
In the
Okay, yes.
in the case of increase, yes. Sorry, accept, excuse me. Was my
it's present?
present.
Okay, teacher.
Accept, present, yes. It's because in the if you see increase, you see the word and you say, teacher, but that is past. Yeah, but it's not, I mean, the structure, the form could be past, but to be honest, the function doesn't show you specifically a time.
Okay, teacher. It's a little bit tricky.
I know, just for general time, because if we wouldn't have that column, it would be clear, you know? So I think now that I should told you about increase, and then the way you forget about general time, it will be better. I should have told you. Okay, thank you for the question. Any other thing?
No, teacher.
No,
Okay.
teacher.
Let me go to
It's all.
another room. There.
Thank you, teacher.
No more questions.
Sorry, I was with another room, so that's why I didn't visit you later. Sorry, before. Tell me.
Okay, teacher, thank you. I don't understand the last line, general time. Because I understand, I thought that we should classify it in the general past, anyways, if past simple or past continuous, but I don't know how use that line in general time.
Yes. In general time, from verbs 1 to 8, we do not have any. We do have from 8 to 8 that is increased, but it's so weird because you say, yeah, but why? It is because if you read the sentence, let me show you. Just a second. You say, well, how would your life change if your salary increased? So the word increase in this context, you can say it is past. But
it's future.
Exactly, but it's not future, you know? So it would be like more like general time because your salary could increase anytime, you know? So in this case, that's why they say general time. It's a little bit confusing, but it's the only one that is here. The rest of them are on the other ones. So I should have told you not to use general time, you know? So it is less confusing if you do it like that.
Okay, but I think that
it's okay.
For example, for example, the B, breaking news, Arsenal signed Diego for 20 millions. This sign is present, but this title of a news.
So sign
is a past.
Past, exactly. Very good, Kara, it's past. I'm going to stop the rooms because I need to tell you something and we need to stop, okay?
Okay,
so I will see you back in the one room.
Okay, teacher.
Teacher, you are mute.
Oh, thank you. sorry. I was telling you that I was in another room with your classmates. Let me tell you something because there is something that can get things very complicated. I don't want that. There is one thing that the book has that is general time. And I think I should have told you not to use it because you guys would get confused. And there is only one option for this one. In this column, from verse 1 to 8, we do not have any in general time. No. All of them are very specific about these times. In This column from A to H, there is only one that is increased, that is general time. And you say, what, teacher? Yeah, it could be, you say, teacher, but it is increased, has the form of past. Yeah, but it's not past. And it could have the idea of future. Yeah, but it's not a specific future because your salary can increase anytime. Yeah, so in this case, actually it is an imaginary situation. So it will be more like a general time. So this is the only one we have increased. The rest of them are here. So do not worry and forget about general time, please. So we don't get things complicated, okay? I know that you guys did not finish. I was checking, no problem. We can do it tomorrow. Have a wonderful night and I will see you tomorrow, guys. Take care.
See you, teacher.
Bye, teacher. Thank you.
Teacher, good night.
Don't forget about checking the corrections of the project, okay? So you guys are ready for next stage.
Teacher, yeah, I have a question about the project. Sorry,
Yes.
I don't pay attention in the first time in the class.
What's that?
About the project, I have write maybe debate or point argument about favor or against.
Exactly.
The issue.
Exactly. You are ready for that. You are ready for talking about the arguments.
Put the reference and I put the thing about it. It's possible. It's possible in Spanish. Es posible poner referenciar como un texto y luego dar explicación sobre ese texto, algo así.